Hi, gorgeous. This is episode number 125. You are listening to Heart Sells Podcast. I am your host, Christine Schlonski, and I'm super pumped that you are here for the next Variety Friday. So the topics of Variety Friday for the month of September are all about your sales success. And I have seen over the years so many sales success stories, but also so many failures in sales because people just didn't do it in the right way that they connected deeply with the customer. So today's topic will be all about your sales success and how you can connect in a much deeper way, in a way that is authentic and true to yourself. And I'm just going to share some knowledge that I have acquired over the years that, I learned by failing through and really coming out on the other side with better ideas, with, being more authentic, more grounded and true to myself when I am speaking to clients. And I would highly recommend for you to do that too, because I have created millions and millions in revenue, not just for myself as a high performer in the company that I worked for, but also I have closed millions of dollars in sales for the team members that were on my team, created strategies. And it was really a fun experience. And I'm so happy that you are here today, that you are tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to Heart Sells Podcast. And let's get started into the sales success mindset. So when I started in sales, I did not have any intention to be in sales. Sales for me felt that was something pushy and icky, and you just don't ask people for money. And it was just something that didn't feel good. I know that so many of you can relate to the fact that sales is not something that, we just love, that society appreciates. Usually when thinking about sales, we think of movies like The Boiler Room or The Wolf of Wall Street or Glengarry, like ABC, Always Be Closing, Coffee is for Losers. That really does not resonate with a heart-centered entrepreneur, with a person who really wants to make a difference and who wants to come from that place of service and giving. So we do everything we can to turn around and do the opposite. And with that opposite, we miss out on the success principle that you really need to get clear and you really need to ask for what you truly want, to be authentic and grounded in who you are so that you can get the results that you desire. Just giving and giving and giving is wonderful, but it's not going to serve you. And you might have heard me saying that before. Hurt people, and happy people make people happy. So one of your biggest jobs, not just in sales, I would say like for your whole life, is to make sure that you are a happy camper, that you are truly happy, that you follow your heart, that you make your dreams come true, because you will change and transform into that better version of yourself. You will learn that you are so strong, that you can go through rejection, that you can come out on the other side, and that you can make your dreams come true. And I think that's so important because when you step into this space of confidence, of trusting yourself, of showing up, you become a really, really strong person. And people will follow you because they want what you have. So no matter what your gifts are, no matter if you offer, for example, yoga teachings, or if you offer essential oils or health products, or if you are a coach or a healer or a creative, if you are a painter, a musician, it doesn't really matter. It sounds kind of counterintuitive, but what you offer is just not the most important thing. The most important thing is your personal energy. The most important thing is that people see that you are a strong person. obviously we all are weak at the same moment. And I'm not saying to like cover something up that you are not, to create the strong person that you are not, sharing like what works, what doesn't work. People love when I share that I never intended to be in sales. I was so afraid of being in sales. I remember the day where the sales director of the company that I wanted to work for called, and he offered me the sales job. Everything inside of me tightened up. And I was thinking like, no, 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 I want to work for that company, but I will never work in sales. So he was a really good salesperson, and I did end up in sales, and I definitely don't regret it. The things I've learned were amazing, and they made possible what I am doing today, teaching people to sell from their hearts, teaching people to sell being authentic and true to their values, asking their price, having the right strategy in place. And by right strategy, I don't mean the cookie cutter principle, like take what worked for person B and put it into your business. No, take what worked for others and tweak it so it works in your business. It is true with who you are at your core, right? Every monkey can read a pitch, every monkey can read a sales script, but you as a special human being need to adjust to who you are inside so that when you step out with what you have to offer, your clients can relate. Your potential clients can see that you are true and authentic, that your energy is in the place that they desire it to be. And from that place, you will be selling. So your most important job is to be that happy person. And for me, I was in a place a couple years ago where I wasn't that happy person, where I was, very successful in my job. I was out of over 3,000 employees worldwide. I was in the top 15 for years. I did a really good job. I always could have done more. I totally see that. And I'm sure it is true for you too. Once you step into that space where you feel like, oh, this works, you can keep going, you can tweak it along the way. But I always found, no matter what I did, when I was a more happier person, when I was more fulfilled or I felt more fulfilled, I was able to sell more. When I had a bad day, and still today, when I have bad days, I'm just not really going for the sales conversation. I'm trying to get myself out of that funk and get myself into a place where I truly am happy from the inside out, where people can feel that I'm genuine, where people can feel that I'm saying the truth, my truth, that they hear their truth, that they know it is true from the inside, right? We do not really decide with the brain. We usually decide with the gut or with the heart. And there are so many studies around it that actually our gut and our heart, they have like brain cells, they think. So following that instinct, we often know who is saying the truth and who is not saying that truth. So if you are in this happy place and you show up, people will understand that you are speaking your truth. And the more you step into your truth, the more that truth will grow and all the things around the truth will grow. So once for example, I'm just going to share this with you because I do think it's valuable. Once I understood that I wasn't in the right place anymore in my job, the factors had changed, people had changed, and the way I was able to show up was not the way I wanted to show up. It was not something that gave me the freedom I was so looking for. And with every step, the carrot dangled in front of my face. And I got to the next step and I realized, well, I'm still not where I want to be. I still don't have the influence I want to have. I still don't get what I really want. So when I realized all of that, I knew I had to make a new decision. And I had to step into who I truly was at my core. And with freedom being like probably the most important value, because I want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, with whom I want to do it, how long I want to do it, where I want to do it. You get the concept, right? I just wanted that freedom, and it was just not possible in the setting I was in. And I could feel that I felt more drained every day, that I got more frustrated, and that I turned into a person that I did not want to be. So we know we have to change in the inside. We have to make that decision to be a different person, become that better version of ourselves, where obviously everything around us is aligning to who we are becoming. So once you step into that happy place, everything else will surround you. So it's really interesting because I observed that over years, every time I was in a much happier place, because I made sure I was the much happier person truly from the inside, not just because, I was able to buy myself a new gadget or do the next vacation or whatever. No, like really tuning into what felt happy to me, what made my heart sing whenever I was there and was able to let go of the fears that I had, or just stepping through them, magic happened. And that will be true for you too, right? So when I travel, when I follow my heart, when I connect deeply with people, doors are opening up. And also, I needed to let go of the fear that things will not work out the way I desire them to work out, because I'm not sitting at my desk long enough, maybe I didn't make that next offer, whatever it was. Like trusting that things will work out the way I want them to work out were super, super important. So I want to invite you today to really have a look at your self care procedures. What do you have in place that you can feel really happy from the inside out? What is it? And how can you make sure that you do more of this, even if it might be scary at the moment because you feel you're not productive enough, you're not efficient enough, whatever it is? Like, what can you do to really step into the space of being more happy? Because the interesting thing is, it will radiate out. And once it radiates out, it will attract the right people, right? People will just contact you maybe on Facebook or LinkedIn. They start a conversation, and all of a sudden, you have a couple new customers that you did not expect. You didn't make an offer that people could say, well, I sign up with you. You were just showing up as your authentic self, as your happy self, as yourself who's grounded, who is really coming from that space and place of love, of confidence, of excitement about life. And people feel that energy. Always remember, people buy you as a person first, and then they buy the product that comes with you as a person. So basically, if you want to, the product is the excuse to be in your energy. That's what happens in all of my group coachings. When I see all the people there are so aligned with who I am as a person, and I'm so aligned with them that they are my soulmate clients. And obviously, because they are all at that level, each and every single one of my clients in a group coaching program will align with each other as well. So what happens is that we have amazing accountability groups. We have friendships that are building in the coaching group programs, and we have partners. Like, people find partnering up, promoting each other's stuff, really having deep conversations and creating that space for them to grow and step up. Because I, as a leader, hold that space, that in that space, in that container, they can have the transformation. They can have the outlook of finding each other as accountability partners, as friends, as mastermind partners, and having this wonderful experience. So, till next Variety Friday, I would love for you to write out what are you doing as a practice for your own self-love. When you look into the mirror, what do you see? Who do you see? How happy are you with the person that looks back at you? And, especially for us women, I think we have a little bit more of a difficult time with self-love because society is giving us a picture that we do not fulfill. There might be a couple pounds too much, or kilos, or we are not as tall as we want to be, or as small as we want to be, or we think that we don't have the right nose or the right hair or the right shape of our face or whatever it is. So really have that conversation with yourself. Look in the mirror, look in your own eyes, and just be honest. What do you see? Who do you see? And then really figure out, like, what can you love about yourself right now? Because you could be in a space where you look in the mirror and you are totally frustrated and not happy. Find something to be grateful about. Look in your eyes. I'm sure you have beautiful eyes. So start there. And then start working on that, like every single day, finding something you can be happy about. And also make decisions of what you need to do. For example, if you are like not in my best shape right now, I'm interested, for example, to tone up my body, but I'm not yet committed. So what can you do if you are in this place? What decisions can you make so that you are more committed, that you are committed, for example, in losing weight, in exercising more, in letting go of the dessert that you have with every single meal, in letting go of drinking all that Coke and all the sodas instead of just water? Like, what can you do to give it just a tiny step into a direction that it will accumulate and it will add up to the result you really truly desire? Because when you are more happy inside, I can promise you 1000% you will sell more. So let me know what you think. Write an email to info@christineschlonski.com with your experiences, with your questions. Hop on over to Facebook and join the Heart Sellers Facebook group called Heart Sells with Christine Schlonski, where I provide amazing value and where they have already gathered hundreds of heart-centered entrepreneurs to make this world a better place with their wonderful, beautiful gifts. Thank you so, so much for being here. I hope you got lots of wisdom out of this episode. And I can't wait for the next Variety Friday, where we are tuning into your sales success. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in this beautiful world. And I'm saying bye for now.